Hello guys, this is Justin with Fuel and Firepower. Today, we've got our FenFab 8-quart oil pan in. I've had this for maybe a month now, but I just haven't had time to put it on. But we've got time today, so we're going to go ahead and stick it on. It comes with the Mishimoto magnetic drain plug. Comes with a new gasket and new bolts for it I've got over there. And we've got 8 quarts Pennzoil Ultra Platinum, my favorite oil. It's what I run in everything I have, and it's done me really well. I do also have a new Motorcraft oil filter for it. Guys, I'll kind of just give you a little bit of a close-up here of this oil pan. Super nice, laser engraved on there. The welds are gorgeous. I mean, he's done a really nice job on these. As you can see, the baffle that he's added in here, that keeps us from losing oil pressure when we launch hard. And if you watch my other videos, I like to launch. So the gasket is just a cut piece, so you'll have to wrap it around. You'll want to get some RTV and put on that lapped in there. When you put them together, it won't hurt anything at all, but we'll keep it sealed because anywhere oil can get out, it will. Like I said, it does come with some new pretty bolts as well. With your Allen heads instead of the, I think they're a 10mm down there, but I'm going to double check. These are the Allen bits. So we're going to go ahead and get the old girl up on the ramp and get up under it and get started. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is drain the oil, obviously. The only thing I'm going to miss about this oil pan is that UBR drain plug. I asked if it worked new and he said no. I will say that does make oil change very easy. Alright, so it looks like these oil pan bolts are just 10mm, the ones that's in there. I've got my tool all set out and everything to get them busted off, but there is two on here that you cannot get to with any kind of tool. So I'm going to go grab a wrench and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the two bolts I'm talking about. This one back here, and then there's one on the other side. You know, I was talking some good stuff about my UBR there, but it looks like it was maybe leaking a little bit of oil. Checked around and I don't see it coming from anywhere else. Definitely not coming from up top, so maybe I won't miss it. Alright guys, we've got oil drained out of it. And we're down to the very last bolt. There it was. I had that one loose. Don't worry. So we are just hanging in there now. I really think this would probably be a little easier if it was lowered. If it wasn't lowered. But it ain't bad. Yeah, it came out not too bad. I'll have to get my razor knife and clean off a little bit here, a little bit RTV, and a little bit there. And then put some back just where the front engine cover mounts up to the block. Alright, so while that kind of drips dry and whatnot, we're going to go ahead and put this new gasket in there. Let's start over here. You just want to take your time with this. Don't get no rush. Make sure it's seated down in there. You surely don't want it popping out while you're trying to get it set back in there. It would be awful. You get to do it all over again, you know. See these little sections there? You really have to make sure that it gets seated properly around all these. And make sure it ain't twisted either. But when you cut this, leave yourself extra, because it will you want a little bit of pushback there. So we pull both ends up. This. You want to see the other guy sees. Right there, just in case. We'll let that set up. While we're letting that set up, we're going to scrape the block, put this back up there. Alright, so I'm going to bring you back up on here and kind of show you where
I'm talking about right there at that seam right there. See if it'll focus back on it. The seam right there and the seam on the other side where it mounts together. You'll want to put some black RTV there and over there. Just a nice thin coat for when you put it all up, it just seals. It. So I was like, huh. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna loosen my two subframe bolts, one over here, one over here, and then I'm gonna put a jack and a piece of wood under right here. This little mount back here that goes across. It's kind of a thin mount, but as long as you got a piece of wood across it, should be fine. And now I'll lift that up, and I should be able to get it in there. I just don't know. That's as far as that'll go, but the boys. There is a way. There is a way. Difficulty level out your driveway on a couple ramps, you know. Probably maybe a 5 out of 10 if you have mechanical skills at all. I'd rather do 10,000 of these than one set of downpipes, though. I will say that. I'm just going around snugging all these up right now. I'm not going to try to tighten things. Yeah, lift, man. This be easy. Alright, guys, so there she is installed. Got it all cleaned up and all the oil cut off of it. Other side here. Mishimoto drain plug. Tightened it and everything. So we're ready to put some oil in it. See how she does. Now we have 8 quarts of the absolute finest Kenzo Ultra Platinum full synthetic 5W30 flush. Alright guys, now for the moment of truth. I glanced up and under there, nothing's leaking. So let's start it up and see. Guys, I'm pretty happy with that. Everything looks fine. I'm going to shut it off, check the oil, take it for a quick test drive, pull it back in, make sure everything's good. I might call this one done. Alright, so test drive went really well. I let it run for a while, and then I've shut it off and I've let it sit a while I changed the oil in the wife's car. I got a piece of cardboard under there, so let's go ahead and pull it out and check it. Not a drop one. That's always good. Alright guys, there you have it. Another successful install. We got the FenFab oil pan put on. I got our 8 quarts of Kenzo Ultra Platinum in there. Sponsor me. And got our 4-motor draft oil filter. I feel good about it. Guys, I hope this little install video helps. Just keep faith when you're under there and you're trying to get everything lined up and trying to get it in there. You can get it. Just be easy and make sure you don't roll that gasket. That's the main thing. If you get up in there and you get it bound on something, you just keep pushing, it'll pull it out. Make sure you check it and you check it often. But you can get it. Usually just takes a little bit of finesse. Jack up on the back of that engine, loosen your subframe bolts there, and you should be fine. All right, I want to thank y'all for watching. We'll catch you next time.